The town of Minnedosa resides on Treaty Two land. We acknowledge with gratitude that Minnedosa is on the ancestral lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples and the Métis Nation. Okay, adoption of agenda. So moved by Councillor Dowsett, second by Councillor Blade. Be resolved that the January 13th, 2026 agenda be hereby adopted. Questions or comments on the agenda? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Adoption of minutes. Resolution there. So moved by Councillor Butler, second by Councillor Dowsett. Be resolved that the minutes of the special meeting of December 17th, 2025 and December 23rd, 2025 be approved as presented. Questions or comments on the minutes? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. That will take us to the correspondence. We'll do the resolution and then we can talk about the stats if you have any questions. You have it there in front of you, but the resolution to accept the correspondence moved by Councillor Dowsett, second by Councillor Marks, that the following correspondence be received. RCMP stats. Questions or comments on that before we go any further?
How do you get a clearance rate of 200% on? Similar.
Violent group crimes against the person. Then clearance rate of 200%.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that goes.
Better than 110, it just.
I guess, but that could be a typo, maybe.
No, it's probably a formula. That's,
Oh, it could be.
That doesn't look- yeah.
Anything else? All in favor? Opposed, carried. Then that first, you're gonna talk about it, sorry. Moving on. No business, new business, vacation policy. We have a resolution here. Excuse me, moved by Councillor Butler, second by Councillor Marks, that the vacation policy be approved as presented. Questions or comments on the vacation policy? Councillor Marks.
Yeah, I'm just, the way I was reading it, and I want it clarified, so. If one were to start December 1st and after a year, you're eligible for 2 weeks. Right? Does that seem?
Sorry, if they start December first.
Say they start December 1st,
Yeah.
right? So. After a year, you're eligible for 2 weeks, correct? Or,
Not exactly. If they start anytime other than January 1st,
okay,
it's prorated.
meaning,
So if you're entitled to 2 weeks after a year of employment,
yeah,
I figure out the percentage of the year that you worked and you get a percentage of,
so you're getting vacation in the first year?
no, you can't take it until the following year.
You earn it in your first year, take it in the subsequent year.
Oh, okay.
So the
So,
first,
so what I'm saying is, so even though you'd be eligible as of December 1st, you wouldn't start until January 1st?
you could get vacation in the following year. So if you started December 1st of 2025.
Yeah.
For the 2026 calendar year, you would have like 14 hours.
1/12 of your.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying.
You're
No,
saying January first.
so come next December 1st, you've worked a year,
You get 2
right?
weeks in December.
And so you'd have to take those 2 weeks in December is what I'm asking.
You wouldn't get the 2 weeks in December.
No, you get it.
January 27th, yeah.
Yes.
The first year is always prorated and then your full years start on January 1st.
Okay, all right, fair enough. That's.
Okay, any other questions?
Nope.
All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Municipal act deficit in general operating, in the 24 audited financials, so resolution there, so moved by Councillor Landry, second by Councillor Marks. Whereas council acknowledges that the 2024 financial audit reflected a 2024 general operating fund deficit of $480,934 in accordance with the municipal act. And whereas the deficit had been a result of timing for a debenture received in 2023, however, the project had expenses reflected in 2024. Therefore, be it resolved that the town of Minnedosa Council agreed to recover the 2024 deficit of $480,934 through use of nominal surplus to be included in the 2026 financial plan. Questions, comments? Council Landry.
So just wanting to make sure I understand this. So the $480,000 deficit is because the debenture was timed in 23. We had expenses in 24. We have a deficit, but we don't owe $480,000, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So this is just a numbers only, we're not in any financial trouble. We're not gonna be having to hike the heck out of taxes.
No,
This is just an accounting oversight.
yes,
Thank you.
Just the votes.
So it's coming out of the surplus of 2023 is what you're saying?
correct.
Okay. Well, it's
Did we spend the surplus of 23 already?
No,
No, we did not because of this.
correct.
Any other questions?
Do we have to send a letter to the minister?
Yes.
This is the letter to the minister.
Yes.
Okay, anything else? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Tax sale resolution. Moved by Councillor Butler, second by Councillor Marks. Whereas section 3652 of the Municipal Act provides that council may in any year designate the immediately preceding year or any earlier year as the year for which properties, taxes in respect of which are in arrears for the year must be offered for sale by auction to recover the tax arrears and costs. Be it resolved that the designated year for which properties in arrears be offered for sale by auction be 2025, meaning all properties with outstanding taxes from the year 2024 or prior. And further be it resolved that in accordance with section 3631 of the Municipal Act, costs shall be the actual costs incurred for each parcel listed for tax sale, plus administration fees of $50 as set forth in Manitoba Regulation 50/97. And further be resolved that the tax sale be held on Thursday, September 24th, 2026 at 10 a.m. at the Town of Minnedosa Council Chambers, Sanderson Room, Minnedosa Community Conference Center. Questions or comments on that?
Can you repeat it again?
Councillor Blake.
Have we ever had a service come in and do this for us before?
This, that would work.
This
That's
is,
the next one.
tax service has been contracted by the town for many years.
I'm sorry, we're on tax sale right now, are we not?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just setting the sale date.
Yeah.
Okay,
This has.
okay, that's fine.
Okay,
Sorry,
that's fine. Anything else? Councilor Mark.
Did tax service say that they could change the sale date? So is that what I should have understood in that one document?
We set the dates together
Alright,
between them and us and,
okay, so this is after them agreeing.
yes,
Alright,
Anything else? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Tax service engagement resolution, so moved by Councillor Landry, second by Councillor Butler. Whereas the Municipal Act requires the municipality to conduct tax recovery proceedings every year. And whereas council for the town of Minnedosa deems it to be in the municipality's best interest to hire tax service Inc. to manage tax arrears recovery on its behalf. Now therefore be it resolved that the town of Minnedosa hire tax service Inc. to manage tax arrears recovery on the municipality's behalf for a term of 3 years. And be it further resolved that the administrator be and is hereby authorized to sign the tax service Inc. engagement letter on behalf of the municipality. Questions or comments? Councillor Butler.
Just one question, any invoices that we receive from the tax service, are those passed on to the landowner with the tax arrears, so really in effect, doesn't cost us the full amount.
Correct. All those charges go back into the property that's in the tax sale proceedings.
I have Council Blaine and then Council Joseph.
Okay, so we've never used this tax service before or any other tax service before, have we? Or
We've used tax service all along,
we've used tax service every time.
yes.
Okay, so. Let me just, think here that, so when they. Start. Charging us on March 31st. And we're still able to recoup all those costs. From the tax service when it comes up again, then in. September 24th. All those come back to us again, so this costs us nothing.
Correct.
I don't remember ever using this before.
Danielle, did we ever have a 3 year, I thought it was always year. Or have we done the 3 years before?
First time the 3 years has come up since I've been here, so maybe
And then
not last
something-
year. They just changed administrators last year, which we had to appoint the new administrators, so we
Right.
need our new staff. In order to do the work for us.
But we had never done it for a 3 years contract, or like, not correct. This is new to me, not using the service, but a 3 year contract.
I've got Council Marks and Council Butler.
My only recollection is last year, I thought we were gonna do this last year. I don't think.
We've
We
never
have
done
to
a
do it
3
every
year,
year.
yes, we have, but we never did a 3 year.
Council Butler.
I'm just wondering, is in their existing contract, we have to give them so much notice and to end it, otherwise it carries over.
Okay,
So I think if it's part of the similar agreement, then we may not have, it may not have come to the table necessarily. In past years, 'cause I don't remember that we've ever discussed it, other than maybe last year, you're correct, but previous years, I don't remember discussing.
that's right.
So there's resolutions appointing the tax year in 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, and then unless they're called something else. Okay, tax services. Engagement. I only have the one from today. Like I said, but I'm only searching tax or like the actual name, unless somebody named the resolution something else. And then the tax sale manager appointment we did last year in March. I'm just going to see, I'm gonna try to start something else.
You had a question?
I was just gonna ask, how many properties do we have that are on the tax sale bill right now?
I think Rachel said that there was a dozen.
Mhm.
There's a
That
dozen
are gonna
now?
go for the initial round, yeah.
Okay, and usually what happens is everybody takes care of it themselves by the time that it comes up.
It takes some of them a few rounds.
Yeah.
But, I mean, other than probably 2 or 3 times in my entire career,
Yeah.
have we ever actually got to auction, so.
Look,
I thought there was,
So this adds more taxes or more fees to the people that are not paying their taxes then.
Yeah.
it's enough.
Yeah.
Yes, because there's quite a process to go through to
And the fees are,
get to September 24th.
Yeah.
the fees are hefty,
Yes.
The which,
the fees are hefty,
Yeah,
yeah,
yes,
but they'll be more than what we're asking to get recouped from.
likely.
So if they owe $2,000 or $3,000 in taxes, these fees, the way they line up there.
They're
I don't
giving ample notice to pay the bill before we start.
Okay, so they're gonna be notified before March 31st, so in other words, they're gonna be notified by the end of January. If they have until March 31st, because by March 31st, we start being billed for these guys here. And so they are responsible for pretty much double their taxes all of a sudden.
Correct. That's why it's important that you pay your taxes.
It just seems to me as we're hitting the people that need it the most sort of thing that, and.
Trying to do something about it, so.
You
trying to
could-
take away.
Potentially not ever collect taxes from somebody.
If we don't do something like this,
Correct. Yes.
okay, and a 3-year term is what their request, or
Yes.
can we not make our own request and do a year to year, or?
I would rather for the sake of.
If there's no fee to us, I don't.
Yeah,
I personally don't-
and I understand there's no fees to the actual us as ratepayers. But to somebody who is in a particularly hard way or a hard. Like it just. It seems as though we're double nailing them here, sort of thing, but.
Well, the option is if we don't do anything, we. If with no taxes.
Nobody will pay their tax, they'll have no tax revenue.
Okay.
Council Marks.
I did a search, there really isn't any other service out there. Let's see.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
sorry,
But I didn't see any other service out there.
No, there's not.
So this is the only service we've used before too, okay?
Larger municipalities like the cities have staff. that will
In-house,
do that,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Okay, I guess that appointment to the Minnedos Foundation resolution there. Moved by Counselor Dudzik, second by Counselor Marks. Excuse me, whereas the Minnedos Foundation had advised administration that Ms. Gayleen Johnson had resigned as of December 31st, 2025. And whereas the board had nominated new members. Therefore, be it resolved that the Minnedosa Foundation nominated Sarah Ford, Stephen Kuznell, Colton Spragues, and Wyatt Rapsky. Questions or comments? Counselor Manley and then, yeah.
Just curious as to why this is coming to a council resolution, wouldn't the foundation nominate people themselves or deal with, like, am I just not understanding something here?
do you want to answer?
It's part of the foundation's bylaw when it was formed.
Okay.
And it's that they have to go through the municipality, which is not being recommended any longer by the Canadian group, and that bylaw should be changed at their end.
Yes.
But it hasn't been changed, so this is what their procedure is right now.
Thank you.
Counselor Brandon and Counselor.
It's stating only that one is stepped away, but yet we're nominating four here.
but it's Gayleen, and she does a lot of work.
I'm sorry?
Well, if the foundation is nominating them, but obviously they've had others that.
Okay.
that They need to,
Just wondering.
yeah. Counselor Marks, you had your hand?
I had the same question.
Oh, okay. Counselor Marks.
In your shared notes, I do agree that we as a council should look at this, not just for the foundation. And I brought it up before that we do appoints or we have other volunteer boards that somehow we end up appointing. But we should have a procedure, an application process, because right now it is just tap everybody on the shoulder and see if they want to be part of that organization, which doesn't. If people there's other people in the community, I think, that would like to serve on boards, but they don't know how they get into serving on the boards. So I think we should really take a look at that, as what Danielle has said in her notes.
Just come up with a procedure for our committees that meet.
Or an application process or something.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If we have to appoint people, yes, yeah.
Cause this one, I think it's because the bylaw probably will change and it likely won't come here anymore eventually, yeah. I see what you're saying, we should have probably discussed that and have a procedure in place.
And have a roll index of the person who wants to be
Yeah, that's good, you will have that,
good. Cause we have talked about that for a while, so it'd be nice. Give people that aren't known
Yeah,
a chance to, do.
figure out a way to go about it, yeah. Okay, so with this resolution, any more questions on it? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, moving on to reports, I do not have a report. Council reports, Councilor Lanier.
As presented. Yeah, rec governance, we went over, programming for the last little bit. To note, the Stewart Boardroom was used 58 days in 2025. Most of said days were given away for free. The arena revenue was on track for being a little bit higher than what it was for last season. This hall was rented for 68 days. We've asked that management have a look to see if we could come up with a nonprofit rate to use the hall a little bit more. The pavilion was rented quite a bit for the summer, and it looks like it's pretty much booked up for all of this summer as well. And there was some discussion on raising the campground rates. The vet board meeting, the clinic improvement fees collected was almost $19,000 for the second half of 2025. And there's some students that are possibly going to come and work for the vet clinic for the summer, so they've tentatively booked the apartment on the 3rd floor of the town hall.
Yeah. Hey, Councilor Mark.
So arena revenue is basically ice,
I believe so,
and
yes.
so.
There's all,
Would it be fair to say that we got, that this year we basically opened it up nearly a month early and are closing it a month late, and we basically got a 7.7% increase in revenue?
Yes.
Okay.
Looks at it.
there is also other things, that are paid for within the hall. Or in the arena too, one of them being pickleball that I can think of off the top of my head, but there was a couple,
It was pretty.
it's very minor type of money, but yeah.
I question whether or not opening the arena a month early and keeping it open a month later is worth it at this point for the dollar value, because if we're on track to make $140,000 this year, it's $10,000 more than last year for 2 extra months. That seems questionable.
Yeah.
To be discussed later.
Okay, any other questions for Councilor Hammond? Okay. Councilor Butler.
My report's there, I will send out to you about the loan program. I'm not sure if you guys remember this or not, but the Minnedosa Credit Union, when it was Minnedosa Credit Union, set $25,000 aside for a business loan program. So that money's still there. We've now modified it, and there's gonna be more information for application process for anybody that's involved in early childhood education and or medical professionals, healthcare aides, etc. So we finally got that kind of wrapped up and finalized, and I'll send that around. The volunteer appreciation dinner is April 25th. There's gonna be 4 groups that will be, or 4 types of awards: business, group, individual, youth. I'll send you the applications. So, because many of you sit on volunteer boards, and there may be some nominations that people that are groups that should be nominated from that. That will come out hopefully by February the 1st. And then the sponsor brochure we're working on, because it is in conjunction with the other RMs, and funds are going to the sterilization unit replacement of at the hospital. Any funds, so we're hopefully we can get some buy-in from the other RMs for that. And then it's just Fun Fest. We haven't really started working on it, but budget hasn't changed for that.
Possibly.
I'm just curious as to the budget for the Fun Fest. Now, I thought it was always $4,000, but
That's what the town has donated.
that's what the town does.
But Sabina has been able to raise the other funds.
Okay,
So that's part of it. So
okay, so the operating that you have is.
yeah, we're targeting 18,000. That's what we want to target. So that she can go ahead and start booking stuff. So part of the problem is that when you don't have those funds up front, you don't, it's hard to book something.
Yeah.
So we're saying that we
You wouldn't
should
have
have
money, but the time we book, they're booked.
No, good, yeah.
So we're setting that you should be 18,000. That's what it's been for the last 2 years. Previous year was 30,000. But that was a big over expenditure.
That was the. Concert.
No,
No.
this is Fun Fest. This is
Fun Fest.
we hired a group to look after it, and they raised a lot of money.
Yeah.
Didn't cost anybody, but it was a $30,000 budget.
Okay.
But people aren't donating as much money any longer, so it's kind of get scaled back.
It'd be nice to see Seegerson. She's very funny, she's been on CBC for years.
Yeah, and that funding is coming from, there was $10,000 that was, from when the grant commission. So we decided that we would spend that amount and then see if it works or not.
I'm glad you were able to find someone. So that's good.
It's finally agreed on something.
Yes, okay, was that it? Okay, and I tossed some ideas that way.
Yeah, it was our whole discussion.
She, quite humorous, so good luck with that.
I hope so.
Entertainment stuff you get now for $12,000.
Well, $40,000 for,
Yep.
Further,
Mhm.
so
Yeah, exactly.
we were a little,
Times have changed.
yeah, we were a little turned back
For what?
at the end there.
Oh, right.
$40,000.
Any other questions for Council Butler? Okay, thank you. And, I guess that takes us to the in-camera section. We have a resolution moved by Councilor Dowsett, second by Councilor Blade. Be it resolved that the regular meeting now adjourns to an in-camera meeting to discuss matters in the preliminary stages as per subsection 1523B3 of the Municipal Act, and all matters discussed in camera are confidential until discussed in an open meeting as per section 83(1)D of the Municipal Act. Further be it resolved that the video recording now be paused at 5:56. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, so, first one under other is the resolution for collective bargaining. So moved by Councillor Landry, second by Councillor Dowsett. Whereas the bargaining committee had met with union representatives on December 17th, 18th, and 19th, 2025 to negotiate a new collective agreement, therefore be it resolved that the presented agreement of memorandum negotiated amendments be approved. Further be resolved that the mayor and CEO be authorized to sign and seal said agreement. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Anything else under it?
Just break, do we have to publicly let people know about this agreement? Or is it just need to know? Okay, thank you, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine, that's just.
So, yeah, if asked people, or it is public information. Well, I mean, like, I know if you go to the city of Brent, well, the teachers one for sure.
Become public, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can go online and look at them.
Yes, but if you start naming individuals in the classification, that is not
Yeah.
public knowledge.
That is, no.
Correct.
Just the position is. can be-
How to scale it, yeah.
Council Bauer.
At early December, we brought in Colton Sprice to talk about 9th Avenue. And we were gonna discuss about what our next steps were, because I just noticed that I don't think nothing hasn't been done as far as.
I haven't had a chance to look at that yet, but I will look into it and see what hasn't been from that discussion.
Okay, thank you.
I don't think we need to, sorry,
Yeah.
I don't think we need to check with him to find out. We just need to find out if it's been done or not, and if it hasn't been, then that would be. Is that what you mean? Yes, okay, thank you.
Anything else under other? Then the final resolution, moved by Councillor Dowsett, second by Councillor Landry, that the meeting be adjourned at 6:29 PM and to meet again on January 27th, 2026. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you.